Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena and I'm on a journey to pay down my debt and hopefully save some money for my medical costs along the way. Hey guys, I thought we'd do a Sunday reset together. That's right, baby. I know it's something different. I haven't really done it, but I was here starting to put my stuff away and I thought, why not have a reset together? And I mean, I'm doing this anyway. May as well just record it as I go, right? So, um, while we do that, let's have a little bit of a story time, guys, because I really think that there's so many things that, let me see, that was three, so this one's going to be four, that we could talk about while we reset whenever, because you really don't have to think critically while you're resetting. These scratchers here that I had done before, I was doing in dimes. And so I had a $7 IOU, or I believe it was 7 dimes IOU, but I went ahead and just put in $7. And so let's go ahead and grab one more envelope right there for the bank. Anyway, since we are doing this, let's go ahead and have a little story time, have a little fun with it. So, me and my husband have been together for 27 years. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right there, guys. $12 right there that we're going to put in here, which is not going to be accurate because, like I said, I think that 7 that I had for an IOU was dimes. And anyway, so I'm also going to go ahead and clear out my sinking funds because I have that appeals that I'm trying to do for my medical debt that they are saying was not medically necessary. As far as they're concerned, it's on an endoscopy. Like who sits there and decides that, hey, I can't wait to have an endoscopy. I'm bored today. Let's go have an endoscopy. But they are saying now that it was not medically necessary. So needless to say, we're fighting that, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have to pay it. So I thought, why not empty this out just in case I do have to pay what is left over? Because I did pay my portion when I did that, but now that I have that other one coming, it's probably better just to put this money into the bank and then we'll see. And then we can clear off the trackers too that we had that were full and start over. And hopefully we won't have to actually use that money is what I'm hoping for. But if we do, it's already there in the bank and ready to go. I'm just going to leave, well, yeah, let's leave the rollover one in there because I don't think that's going to be much. Anyway, the one that we have been saving with it for Yvette's thing. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and clear off or put in prop money to cover what's in there. And so, okay, let's do a little story time. Okay, because like I said, me and my husband have been together for 27 years. When we first got together, I had a really horrible, guys. We've already cleared that off. Let me see. Yep, 11. Okay, now. But we had a horrible, I'd had a horrible divorce. We're going to put prop money in there to substitute it until we find out whether or not we are going to have to pay for that. Where did I put the ones in this prop money here? Because I just took it out the other day. Hang on one second, guys. Alrighty, there we go. We're a little bit more organized. I brought out my prop money because, like I said, we're going to clear off these trackers that we need to clear off, and we are going to put prop money in, and I'm going to put this money into the bank, guys, to go ahead, just in case I end up having to pay that endoscopy, then I will go ahead and have that money started to build in there, which I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to end up having to pay that. But that's okay because, this is what happens, and we build up to have that money in there and not have to pay credit cards. So let's go ahead and get into something fun. Like I said, me and my husband have been together for 27 years. And anytime that anybody asks, what is the secret to a long marriage? I have to tell you guys, I am not the reason that we are still together. I'm the one that is always like, hey, you go be you, I will go be me, we will be okay. The reason is because I went through a really horrible divorce with my girl's dad. My girls were very young when I divorced their dad. And it was not a good experience. His family had a lot of money, unfortunately, and therefore were able to drag it out a whole lot longer than it probably should have been able to be dragged out. Anyway, so at that point in time, I was just kind of like, I am over it. I don't want another relationship. And when me and my husband got together and he asked me out, I told him the most he could ever hope for was my friendship. And even then, he was pushing it. Here we are 27 years later. So we got $17 here in prop money. And that will go in there to signify the 17 that we just took out. But one year, while we were living together, tell me if I'm wrong, okay? Because this is the reason why we cannot watch scary movies anymore, is because I scared him. And what do you mean, Lena, that you scared him? Yeah, I was working nights at the time, and it was at a domestic women's shelter, and I was just support staff at the time, and we watched The Others. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that one or not, but that has Nicole Kidman in there. We have 11 that we need to put on there, and we had watched it right before I went to work. Now, like I said, I was working the night shift, and please remember, I'm only 5'2.5", guys. Okay, I'm only 5'2.5". My husband, depending upon which doctor's office we are at, he is anywhere from 6'4" to 6'6". Just depends on the doctor's office that we're at, because that little thing that they pull above your head has to come all the way out, and so they just kind of guesstimate because he's just too tall. Anyway, so we watched this movie, right? And we had two cats at the time, which were Smokey and Molly. And we lived in a townhome. And so I told him, I had to go to work. We had just watched this, and it was a freaky movie. Don't get me wrong, it was freaky. Because if nobody has seen it, spoiler alert, you might want to skip forward just a little bit. The whole thing that's going on, like all of this haunting and stuff, ended up being her who was haunting the people that lived in that house, because we did not realize that they were dead, which really freaked him out, because my husband does not do well with death. Does not do well with death, guys. So, anyway, I had a blast. Like, because I'm a person that I've been through so much, like literally have been through so much, that it's very hard to scare me. Very hard. Just because I'm okay with where I go if I should happen to die. And so, I mean, it's very, my first husband was very abusive. And so it's just very hard to really scare me anymore, because I went through an awful lot. So anyway, we watched this movie, and I had to go to work, and I asked him, "Are you going to be okay?" My husband was a kickboxer before we ever got together. That's what he did. He was kickboxing, just amateur kickboxing, nothing big. And he is a third-degree black belt. So this man is not somebody who should be scared of anything, right? Like, so anyway, I asked him, "Are you going to be okay?" Because I'm going to work, and I'm only 5'2.5", and I have the nerve to ask him, "Are you going to be okay?" And so he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'll be fine, this and that." Well, at my job, I get a break for my lunch break, right? And I tell my coworker, because we're working the night shift, I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to run by the house, and I'm going to scare him." And she's like, "Why would you do that?" And I said, "Because I just want to see, like, we had been living together for a while now, and I wanted to see how he would react." So I sneak out and go over there, and I call him on my cell phone. I'm like, "Hey, baby, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing. I'm getting ready for bed and this and that." And I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Well, don't be having the lights on, because I know that we watched a scary movie." I said, "But I'm trying to watch our electric bill, so try not to have the lights on and try to, make sure that everything's closed up, this and that. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, well, love you. I'm going to grab some food and we're going to go ahead and eat lunch and then I'm going to get back to work. And he's like, okay. So at this time, I'm driving to the townhome. And we had two cats, Smokey and Molly, and they love to be in the bay window. Okay. So anyway, so I knew that's where they would be, that they would be in the bay window because that's just their MO. Anyway, so we go, I go over there and I'm sitting there and it's pitch black, guys. It's the middle of the night. It's like 3 a.m. So this man has already been by himself, like 3 hours with these lights on. And I knew he had every light in the bed, in the house on. And sure enough, every light is on. And I see the light at the top in the upstairs. And I'm like, okay, we've got to, we got to time this correctly. So there was this big bush by the bay window. And I saw Molly over there, just, grooming herself. And so I was like, I've got to make her make a noise to scare him. And so I go over there and I like take like the branch and I rub it across the window and it's making that eerie sound against the window pane. Right. And he calls my phone and he's like, hey, I heard a noise outside. I'm like, you're fine. I said, you're paranoid. I said, I'm trying to get to eat. I said, I'll call you after I'm finished eating. And he's like, I'm telling you, I heard something. I heard like a branch scrape the house. And I know that we don't have any branches that should scrape the house. And I'm like, no, you're fine. You're fine. It's not that big a deal. You're fine. So I hang up with him and I'm like dying laughing outside the house, right? And you have to understand, it's 3 a.m. in the middle of the night, okay? And I'm only 5'2.5". And I'm out here just having a ball, guys, having a ball doing these horrible things. So anyway, so Molly is like sitting there grooming herself, right? And so I jump at her and she goes and takes off running. Well, all I hear is like stomping going upstairs, all the way up the stairs. Excuse me, I didn't mean to shake you. Right? I'm just dying. Like it's hilarious to me. We took out 20 out of that one. We'll put a 20 back. But anyway, and my phone goes off. And he's like, I am telling you, there is something going on. He goes, Molly was sitting in the bay window and she started to hiss. I'm like, well, maybe there was a dog that walked by. I said, you're overreacting. I said, I can't believe you're acting this way just because we watched a scary movie. And we had never really watched a scary movie before together. And so he's like, I am telling you, something's going on. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got $18 that we're taking out of here, guys. Anyway, so I'm like, seriously, I don't have very much time left on my lunch break. Let me finish eating and I will call you back. And he's like, okay. So I have her, doing the hiss. I've been scraping with the with the branch on the window, right? And so then I just start to like make noises like against there, right? Against the window, like scratching my fingers across it, like that, across the window. And he's back on the phone calling me. He's like, I'm telling you, I'm fixing to call the cops. Something's going on. And I said, look outside and see, is anybody else's lights on? Is anybody else reacting? Because it's not a big deal. I said, I'm pretty sure that it's all in your head. I said, but if other people are reacting the same way that you are, then maybe you might need to call the cops. So I'm like hiding underneath the overhang on our porch. And so he looks outside. He doesn't see that because nobody's up. It's 3 a.m. Nobody's up. And he's like, no, I don't see anything. I said, okay, then stop. I said, you're fine. I said, this is the last time I'm going to watch scary movies with you. I said, here you are, a grown man acting this way. I said, if you can't handle it, we just won't watch scary movies together anymore. And so he's like, no, you're right. I don't know why I was like that. You're right. So anyway, I continue doing this to him. Just little things, like scaring the kitty cats through the window, making them jump, and stuff like that. I did it for about 30 minutes because, like I said, I had a lunch hour and then I had to get back to work. I told him, I said, you had better not have all my lights on. I said, I'm telling you right now, I'm serious. You better not have all my lights on. I said, you know that we're trying to cut back on our bills. I said, electricity is way high right now. So you better not have any lights on. And he's like, I don't have a single light on. He goes, I'm telling you, I don't have a single light on. I am looking at my house, guys, and the whole thing is lit up like the 4th of July. And this man is swearing up and down on his life that he doesn't have a single light on. He even has the porch light on. I'm having to like battle all these moths while I'm underneath the porch hiding from him. Anyway, do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm wrong? But he, okay, so I went back to work and told my coworker, and she's like, that's just mean. Why would you do that? I said, because I wanted to see how he would react. I mean, this man is not a small man, guys. He's a third degree black belt. Like, he was a kickboxer, like I wanted to see how he was going to react. And it was the first time we'd ever really seen anything that really just spooked him. So anyway, so the next morning I get there and all the lights are still on, And I told him, I thought you said you didn't have any lights on. And he's like, oh, I barely turned them on. I just got up. That poor man did not sleep all night long. All night long, he did not sleep. Do you think I'm wrong for having done that? Now he will no longer watch scary movies with me. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts. I honestly, how can he be scared, guys? He's such a big guy. Like, I would think that, I don't know. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe that was horrible of me. I don't know. But to this day, we have not watched another scary movie because of it. And I kind of feel bad. There's going to be 18 here, guys. Kind of feel bad that I ruined that for him. But he was never really a horror flick kind of guy anyway, honestly. And so it's not like we watched them very often. Oh, I hate the way these things feel. Now I know why people say they don't really like the way that this is. I see why. But I just thought it's a funny story to me. Maybe it's very mean of me. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. Do you think that he should have been scared? I mean, the man used to do kickboxing. I don't know. Just things that make me go, And that's why I always say I'm the mean one in the relationship, guys. If anybody ever breaks in, it will be me that they will have to contend with because I'm the mean one. I'm like, my dad was really a handful as here's 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And so he's a bit of a handful. And he was really a big handful when he was a kid. And so he's the one who had 3 girls and he always wanted boys. And so he just kind of raised us like boys. Like, I was a huge tomboy. And so I'm not really scared of much. And, when I left my abusive husband, the reason that I went through as much as I went through was because I truly believed in nonviolence. I believed in leading by example. And so when he was violent with me, we were going through counseling with our pastor and stuff, and my pastor was like, you want to, you don't ever want to encourage it, you want to lead by example and turn the other cheek and all this. And so I did. That's what I did. I turned the other cheek. I never really did anything. It wasn't until the very last that when my daughter was little bitty, I'm a person that you have to do an awful lot for me not to be able to forgive you. And I will forgive you, but I will cut you out if I have to. And so that last fight that we had, he had the nerve to like push my little daughter into the hallway, like, just kind of shoved her. Didn't do it very hard, but it was enough for my mama bear to come out. I beat the ever living snot out of that man. And that man was not a tiny man. He was 6'1". And they took pictures of what I did to him because nobody touches my children. When you're a mama bear, nobody touches your kids. And so, anyway, so yeah, the judge could not believe it that I had done that to him. He asked us to stand up in front of him because they brought the pictures to the, the divorce court to show the night that I had left. I mean, you have to understand, this man had beat me for 4 years, okay? 4 years I let him beat me without me doing anything because I truly believed that if I prayed hard enough and if I just went ahead and led by example, then he would end up feeling horrible. Because when I met him, we met in high school and he was a youth pastor, guys. He was a youth pastor. He was on his way to like minister, to become a minister. And I really thought I had found the one, that this was going to be the man of God that I needed in my life. And, did everything right. He was like my first French kiss. He was my first on everything, like waited till our wedding night kind of things. And then this is what happened. So yeah, it was not the best. Let's count this up and see what we're going to put in the bank today. We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33. Wow, that's a good amount, guys. 133 is going back into the bank. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Let's go ahead and continue getting our reset done. Anyway, like I said, I mean, we were, high school sweethearts, and he was my first on everything. Why? Because I was raised in a very strict household. We did not discuss sex. We did not discuss, you just didn't talk about it. You didn't cuss. You didn't talk about sex. My mom even signed me out of health class and said that I was not allowed to learn about the reproductive part, just like you could learn about, the fallopian tubes and stuff like that. But I was not allowed to learn about the sexual part. And so on my wedding day, okay, TMI, this is going to be really high TMI. When I was explained how this works, with my husband explained this to me, I'm like, I really thought it was a lie. I was like, there is no way. No way. Because if you really think about it, guys, it's pretty disgusting when you think about it. And so, anyway, needless to say, it was not a joke. But for me, I did not believe him. It was it was something that I just couldn't. Well, because like I said, in my family, it was very much a taboo thing. You did not discuss sex. You did not cuss. We were very prim and proper. And my mom just ran that household with an iron fist. And if you wanted to keep your teeth, you did what you were told, because she was not one that you played with. And she was only 4'11", guys. Tiny little woman. Miss her every day. But if you all do not know, this is my new savings challenge here, that I have on my Ko-fi. It is the Chaos Creators of YouTube. That is Miss Diamond. I call her security for Miss at Diamond Budgets for Yvette. And this is my spooky, who's AKA the Tortilla Bandit. She loves carbs and tortillas, guys, and she will steal them. We actually had to buy a container that was spooky proof for our tortillas. And then at Purple Cow Corner, we have Zeus here, who's AKA the Menace. He is out to get Miss Diamond's crown because he has been showing up and making himself known on poor Mary Lou's channel lately. And so we have got that cleared off and ready for the next time. I guess we could clip our $2 that we had on that. Should I put that $2 into the bank too and just... I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and put the prop money. May as well. We're going to end up putting all this other money in there. And as we save, I'll try and get used to doing the prop money until we find out whether or not we are going to have to pay that appeal. So we'll just go ahead and put that here for now. We'll put a 2 on there so we know. And hopefully it won't be long, guys, because I really don't like to play with prop money. I like seeing the cash. But just in case I have to pay it, it's just better to do it this way for now. All right, let's go ahead and bring out my Chaos Tuesday binder. I am going to add a couple of challenges to this. I don't know if you all watched my video congratulating Miss Michael on her victory, but I did print that up. Where the heck did I put that, guys? Where did I put it? Because I want to add it to my Chaos Tuesday. I don't know where I put the nicer one because I ended up printing it out and then I saw that it didn't look even, so I went back and reprinted it again. And that is also available on my Ko-fi, guys. This is it right here. This I made in honor of Miss Michael's victory. So we're going to save with that on my Chaos Tuesdays to help out. And this right here I just printed up as well. This is from a collab that Miss at Rad Girl Budgets, Megan, is doing. They're fighting over Jason, which, I always thought that Michael was her man. So I can't wait till Michael finds out they're fighting over Jason. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and punch holes into that. If you're still here, leave me a pumpkin down below because I know that is an emoji that we're not really thinking of. And I think that we're going to end it on this, guys, because I'm pretty close to being done with what I'm going to do for this morning. I need to go and get my house ready. My dad's going to come over for lunch, and I want to make sure that everything is cleared up and cleaned up because the kitty cats live to be out and about, guys. Live to be out and about. Let's go ahead and go to the very back here and put these in. But yeah, let me know. Did y'all think that I was a horrible person for scaring my husband when we were first together? Do you think that he's justified in not watching scary movies with me anymore? And in your relationship, who's the one that people need to worry about? Is it you or is it your significant other? Let me know down below, guys. Oh, we got cash in here too. Let's go ahead and take out that cash. We'll put in some prop coins here. So we are at 104. Well, we only have 4 there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the rest we had already taken to the bank. Because I'm pretty sure that we are going to have to pay that. This right here, this little thing here, I love it to pieces. Miss Sarah at Sarah Creates Design on Etsy, also known as Budgeting Mom on YouTube, then Budgeting Mom of Girls on YouTube. This is made by her. I absolutely love it. She adjusted the colors for my smoke and my spooky so that I could have that there. And that's pretty much all I have got for y'all today, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed this reset with me. And like I said, leave me a pumpkin down below. Let me know that you made it this far. And until the next time, may you vanquish your debt and may your savings grow in abundance. And I hope that you all get to have fun with your significant others. I do want y'all to know, disclaimer, I did tell him what I did the next day. And he has forgiven me, but still, he will not watch scary movies with me. So this is nothing that's coming out that he doesn't already know. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.